Hi, it's Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mama of 5, homeschooling 2 of them, ages 11 and 14. Today I'm participating in a collab with Davene from Common the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool, and we're all talking about some version of homeschool planning, routine, schedule, that sort of thing. So when you're done watching this video, check out the description below to find the link to the playlist where you can see everybody else who homeschool YouTubed about the same topic, and see what everyone else is doing. Alright, I'll remind you at the end. So, I wanted to share a beginning video and a series that I'm making about back to homeschool. Not exactly back to homeschool week, because I know I'm not going to get them out all in one week necessarily, but just some sort of back to homeschool type videos. So this is the first one, and the next ones will be coming as well, and I'll mention what those are about a little bit later. So this one is, like I said, all about homeschool schedules and routines. So I wanted to start off by showing you our yearly schedule that I came up with. I just printed one that goes from, well, it goes from August. We started September, but sorry, the school year, as opposed to like one that shows all of 2025, one that shows all of 2026. So I found this at Calendarpedia, and then I went through, this is actually my second one because I messed up the first one so messily that I had to do another one. But all the yellow is a school day, and all the orange is a day that we're taking off. It could be a holiday, it could be someone's birthday, it could be, we don't do vacation really, but like we did March break, we also do February break, and I'll explain the second what that's for. So all the orange days are no school. Now we decided to, this year, we're thinking about doing a 4-day-a-week school, and we sort of come up with a modified schedule, and you'll see a little bit later that Friday's not no school, but it's not a full day of school either. So all the Fridays except for the holidays are work, and we also take off pay days that we have to go shopping and do a bunch of errands. Those ones are still colored in yellow, but we have lighter days of school those days, and we go from September until June. So that is that schedule. And what I wanted to mention about the February break is on February 16th this year is Family Day. That's an Ontario specific, I think, holiday. It's just, you know, a day off school to spend with your family. Although I guess homeschooling is still with your family. And then the 19th is my daughter's birthday, and the 20th is our payday. So we would have taken 3 days off that week. Why have school for 2 days in the middle of the week? We just decided to have a February break as well. We did that last year, so we're doing it again this year. But most of them are pretty straightforward with regards to like what school around here would be. We're starting around the same time, we're ending around the same time, we're taking similar breaks. The only thing we're adding in is no birthdays school, no payday school, and like I said, a February break kind of thing, but mostly otherwise it's the same. So that is our yearly calendar overview. And then I had to come up with a weekly routine based on what like they're going to do each week. So I have that posted right here so I can see it, but I will show you. Alright, so I have 2 students. So this is Liam. He's my grade 9. So, it's a little dark there. Okay. So he's going to walk every day before, or like around the beginning of school day before it's not too hot. With only exceptions being if it's like severe weather. Then he has English Monday through Thursday, Health Monday through Wednesday with some PE on Thursday, although the walking is PE as well. History all 5 days, Computer Science for 4 days, Music History for 4 days. And then you'll notice on Friday, oops, over here, after walk we're going to do morning basket only 1 day a week. I will have a whole video on how we're going to do that and why in this series, so stay tuned for that. And then yeah, history is going to be every day. So that's all we're going to do on Friday for him is walk, morning basket, however long that ends up being, and history. For my daughter, it looks like more because she has more classes, but of course she does less work because she's in grade 6. So this is grade 6. So she's going to walk every day, ELA 4 days a week, Health 3 days a week, and PE, again, just like he had. She has history almost every day. We're doing art in the middle, so on Wednesday it would only be history for my son, whereas every other day they're doing history together, so it'll be together, but she's doing art on Wednesdays. Math 4 days a week. Trying to read my own writing here. Spanish 4 days a week, because I feel like you're not going to learn a language if you only do it a couple days a week. Music Monday, Tuesday. Tech Wednesday, Thursday. Science Monday, Tuesday. Geography Wednesday, Thursday. And of course, this is subject to change if this ends up being too much. But each individual thing is supposed to be pretty short. So like it's not going to take 45 minutes to an hour for each class or anything like that. So that is our weekly schedule of what we're going to do each day of the week. Then I'm going to talk about our daily routine. So last year we had the problem of chores and like, what do you call it? Not beauty. You know, like brushing your teeth and brushing your hair and getting dressed and stuff like that was falling by the wayside. I don't mind doing homeschool in pajamas, but you can't be the same pajamas you've worn for a week. So I bought, this one's being a little wonky, but I bought these My Chores. That one's a little weird. Let me show you the good one. My Chores from little like switch thing from Amazon. So this was a pack of 2. So it starts off at X. I just ended up making a card and writing in what they need to do, and I'll show you explain what they have in a minute. And then when they do it, they flip it over, and at the end they can show me they have all of them flipped. Then they can go to free time. So my son and my daughter, I think they're the same. They need to brush their teeth, put on deodorant, change their clothes, brush their hair, have some breakfast, clean up after breakfast, and then as well they're supposed to do a morning chore, an afternoon chore, and of course tidy the school space before they go to their free time. So that is going to be, and I'll link these below in the description. They had different ones from different brands, and some of them were like 1, some are like 4, some are like 2, but I have 2 kids who need them, so I just bought the pack of 2, and these seem to be, you know, not the 100% greatest, but they're gonna work just fine. So those are right there. And then other than that, the daily schedule, we're not entirely sure how it's going to work until we try it out. My children have sleep apnea and do not sleep well, and especially my daughter can never get to sleep until morning, no matter what we do or how much melatonin we give her or anything like that. So we're still working on that, but in the meantime, they don't sleep well enough to get up at 7, 8 a.m. to do school. So the plan is they're doing history together. On Friday's morning basket is together, and they're going to walk together. So although I'd like walk to be done first, if they're not both up, that's not going to work. So we're going to have my son get up. I don't know exactly what time, if we're going to set a time or what, but probably like by 9 at the latest. Get up and you know, do his morning routine and whatever, and then I'll help him with his things. Although he's in grade 9, both the children have learning challenges that make it harder for them to work on their own. So I'll be helping him with that. Eventually I'm trying to get him to work a little bit independently for some of the items, but for now I work with him. And then we'll take a break at some point, and he can work with him, and my daughter will have gotten up and done her morning routine, and then I will work with her for a bit, and then maybe they'll do their walk and their history together, and then if they've still got more stuff, I'll work with one, work the other. So we're gonna figure that all out the first week or 2 or 3 of school and see how that's going to work. So I'm not entirely sure, but definitely working together at the same time, at the same time of the morning, early in the morning, is never going to work for us. Okay, so the other thing about the daily plans is I'm going to use this planner that I got to try this year. Now I've used the same planner 2 or 3 years in a row, tried something new, and it's a good planner, but I kind of like, I'm going to show you, there's one thing that I like the other ones about a little better, but if you like it a certain way, then you might like this one better. So this one is by Raising A to Z and True North History. Amanda from those made this planner. You can buy it printed on Amazon, or if you want the digital copy to print and bind yourself, you can get it on the True North History website. I will link her channel and her website below, or websites below. Okay? So yeah, this is the one from Amanda from Raising A to Z and True North History. So it is, I'm going to do a review of the actual planner, so stay tuned for that at some point. But basically it's similar to the one I was using before. This is a cheap one from Homeschool Life Press from Amazon. But this one has a couple other things in it. So I just want to show you right now, because this isn't the review, the main way that I'm using it. So the month of September, where we're starting school, the first part here talks about things we're going to celebrate, topic of the month, to do, and goals and habits. So celebrate, I put like back to school or things like I want to remember. Like for example, it's Hispanic Heritage Month, so maybe I want to add something in for Morning Basket about that. Truth and Reconciliation Day, to do like put books on hold for the next month at the library, things like that. So I'm not sure exactly everything I'm using it for. Then it has a monthly calendar, which I'm not using. I don't use the monthly calendar. And then it has the weekly calendars, which I, so it has the dates across the top, and you can put your kids or your things you're doing across the bottom. And the problem is my last one did it the opposite way, and so I'm just confused. I get like confused easily, but I finally figured out the way I'm going to do it. And like I said, when I do the review of the notebook, I'll show a little bit more, but I will show you quickly when I'll flip you around and show you one of the pages in my journal to show you kind of what our day is going to look like. So just a minute for that. Okay, so this just shows I got the days across the top. I don't really do anything Saturday and Sunday, so I put a line with highlighter here. And then on Fridays, we are going to, this is the first week, so we're not doing history the first week, but we will be doing history. And then everything else will be family together, morning basket. So we're going to do it on there. So that's how I wrote that down. And then over here I have our history/art on the first week, which is together. The history anyway. And then my son's, he has his English, which has a couple different parts, so I have it together: computer science, music history, and health PE. And then her health PE, her ELA, her math, Spanish, music tech, and science geography. I don't know if you can see that further down. This is the first week, so we don't have school on Monday because of Labor Day, and so I decided to ease in just a little bit. So we're not going to do history the first week, and we're not going to do computer science the first day. And we are not doing Spanish or music or tech. Or sorry, music tech we're starting at the second day. No Spanish this week, that kind of thing. And, I decided for math we're not going to jump right into our curriculum. We're going to practice some times tables and things like that, like we did last year. So I just jotted down, and I know this is not very neat, but I used the friction colored pens that you can erase with. So I got those this year, and this little cactus, which I like, cactuses, magnetic bookmark to help find the right page. And so I did that for each of the things, and I wrote down some of these I have like what I'm going to do on another piece of paper, so I just wrote like week 1 day 1, week 1 day 2, and I referenced the other page for that. And some of them, like for example, I wrote like this is the show this week because this is more normal. So yeah, see chart for the Curiosity Chronicles because I already have that somewhere else. And then I made notes for like, prep this every day, prep this every week. What are we going to do? ELA for my daughter is spelling every day, the 4 days. Grammar, writing, brain food, because she's doing Hearth and Story. And then we're going to read, and then, math. So like, I just basically jotted down a few things, and then and not like writing in depth because I already have those in-depth things somewhere else. So that is how I'm doing it right now. So yeah, that is basically what our plan is. We're going to see how it goes. I want to try to give you guys updates every month of how our month went, and also some things about our upcoming month. That'll be of course starting I'll do one at the beginning of maybe after the first week or 2 of school, but then after that I'll be every month at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. But that is our plan for now, and I'd love to hear what you think of it, or if you are a YouTuber, just share what you're doing in the comments, and check out the description for any links about things I mentioned, or links to other related videos, and also of course the link to the playlist so that you can check out the other homeschool YouTubers who are also talking about their plans and homeschool routines and stuff like that. And stay tuned, make sure you put on notifications if you want to be able to see the next videos in my series, which are going to be morning basket, how we're doing morning basket once a week, what that means exactly, how it's going to work, curriculum picks for my grade 6 and curriculum picks for my grade 9 because things have changed a bit, and then probably some organization, or like how I've fixed the room up, or what I did with my cart that's now beside me and things like that, at least. So those are going to be my back to homeschool videos, and I hope you'll join me for those, and have a great day. Bye.